everyone, welcome back to this channel. My name is Reno and this video is going to be another entry to my video series I'm calling the Olfactory Library, where I share to everyone here in YouTube my love for fragrances. Now before anything else, I want to say if you are new here, thank you so much for spending time with me today. But if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for tuning back in. Now, please don't forget to leave a like to this video. It would definitely help me with YouTube's algorithm. And please do consider subscribing to this channel if you want to see more contents like this in the future. And don't stop there, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified if I do upload more content in the future. Now, I know not all of you who are watching this video have the same kind of hobby or obsession as me, collecting all these fragrances. I know that a lot of you, if not most of you, are only here because you want to smell good. You want to know what is good for you. You want to know what fragrances that can work for you. But I'm sure that some of you as well are also interested in trying to build a little collection, maybe a minute number of bottles of perfumes that is going to cover all the bases and can get you covered in whatever situation that you might run into within a year. So in this video today, what I'm going to talk about are 7 fragrances that you would need to build the perfect collection. Now, these are selections that I curated myself from my own collection, and I think they are perfect choices. Now, when I was trying to build this list, I actually wanted to trim down this list to maybe as low as 5. But then again, I thought to myself that this list is situational. This list is divided into different events that can happen in a year. And in one year, there are a lot of things that can happen. In this list, I have 7 categories and 7 fragrances. We have formal, we have night out, and this doesn't include date nights. Date nights is a separate category in itself. We have one for the office. We have one category that I call the daytime casual. We have one for high heat situations, and the last category will be your all-rounder. Now, I think with these 7 fragrances, I think you're gonna be set up for a few years of your life already, and you won't have to worry about whether this perfume is going to work in that situation because you already have a choice for that specific situation. Now, to start off, we're going to the formal category. We have a perfume from YSL, and this is Tuxedo. This perfume contains key notes of patchouli, ambroxan, violet, pepper, and bergamot. Now, this perfume is supposed to have vanilla in it, but I actually couldn't smell vanilla in this one. I have so many perfumes in my collection that could potentially fall into this category, but it's so hard to overlook as this masterpiece right here. It's a fresh, spicy perfume with a very sensual warmth underneath. This perfume, when I smell it, it smells a little bit linear and kind of simplistic, but to be honest, this is a perfume that I have a hard time describing what this smells like. But what I can tell you is that this perfume, when you wear it, you will smell like you have your life together. This smells like a very self-assured person. This smells very sophisticated. This smells very smooth. This smells very confident, but not necessarily bold. This smells like a very refined person, and this smells very rich. Now, this bottle that I have is the 75 ml, and I know that a lot of people might think that the 125, I think that's the larger bottle of this one, might be the one that's, worth investing. But I think with the 75 ml, this is going to last you for a very long time, especially if you're just going to wear this perfume for formal situations. I mean, in a year, how many formal events do you actually go to? So I think even just with the 75 ml, I think this would be very much enough. Now let's go to the daytime casual category. These would include situations where you would probably go to the groceries, go for a coffee run in your favorite coffee shop, probably go to brunch with your favorite people, go run errands, or even go for a day date. This perfume, I think, got you covered. This one is coming from the house of Chanel, and this is Allure Edition Blanche. This perfume contains key notes of lemon, bergamot, vanilla, pink pepper, and sandalwood. Now, I think this perfume is just a perfect choice for those situations because this smells very fresh in the opening with a beautiful citruses at the top, and this is coupled with a beautiful sensual creaminess in the background coming from both the vanilla and the sandalwood. This smells fresh, this smells decadent, this smells sexy, this smells sensual. So even though you're gonna be running around town under the sun, this perfume is still going to keep you smelling classy. This might not be your typical choice for a grab-and-go perfume, but I think this is a perfect choice. This is, I think, is a very classy choice. This, I think, is a perfect grab-and-go perfume for a modern gentleman. And for the next category, we're going to the office, and I don't think that needs further explanation. We're going to the house of Hermes, and this is H24. This perfume contains key notes of narcissus, clary sage, rosewood, and metallic notes. Now this one, I know not a lot of people love this perfume. They always say that Terre de Hermes is still so much better than this one. I think this perfume is very much hated on unnecessarily, but I think this perfume deserves to be the next flag bearer of Hermes. When you smell this perfume, this still carries that very beautiful, transparent, luminous Hermes DNA in perfumes. This smells very clean, this smells very crisp, this smells very inoffensive, but at the same time, the word that always comes to my mind whenever I smell this perfume is that this smells very professional. This, I think, is what I imagine anyone wearing suit and tie to work would wear. This would also be very good for anyone working in healthcare, and I know that because I am a doctor by profession, and this is something that would really not offend anyone. This perfume is a perfume for life for me because to me it is just that good, and I think as a scent DNA, I think this is a very unique one to wear at the office as well. And now that we are done with the office, let's go for high heat situations. I did not choose to name this category as the summer category because I think high heat situation is a more appropriate, because high heat don't just exclusively happen in one season in a year, even in springtime or even during winter season. But in this category, this also includes those situations where you would be going to the gym and after going to the gym, because in those situations I know you would need something that's very cooling, that's very refreshing, that's very invigorating. And generally in this category would be situations where you would be spending a lot of time under the sun. Probably go to the park, go hiking, anything where you will be under the sun a lot for much of the time during the day. For this list, I chose a perfume from Givenchy, and this is Gentleman Cologne. This perfume contains key notes of citruses, iris, petitgrain, rosemary, and vetiver. Now, I know that this perfume has been discontinued already by Givenchy, but as of recording, I know this perfume is still available in a lot of discounters, in a lot of perfume websites. I actually bought this online when I was in Sydney, when I went there last June. And for as long as this perfume is still available somewhere, I will keep on recommending this because this is something that you should have in your collection. This is something that any perfume collector should have. But if you're also trying to build a collection, might as well get the best out there. And I think this one is the best. This is going to give you the best scent profile for high heat situations. But at the same time, this is going to be the best in terms of value for money, because for this 100 ml, I think this is 100 ml, right? Yeah, this is 100 ml, and this is still cheap, even though this has already been discontinued. So for as long as this is still available somewhere, I will keep on recommending this one because this is just that good. As for how this perfume smells like, this opens with a very beautiful, tangy, tart citruses that, in my opinion, one of the best out there, especially in performance, because for as long as this perfume lasts in your clothes and in your skin, those citruses are going to stay. This is going to keep you fresh all day. And this, at the heart of this perfume, is a beautiful, slightly powdery iris. Although it's kind of more in the background, but you can still detect it. You can still detect the beautiful iris that's very prominent in the Gentleman line from Givenchy. It is such a crime that this perfume has been discontinued by Givenchy, but for any list for summer, I think it would be such a crime as well to overlook this perfume and to count this perfume out just because it's discontinued. Again, this is discontinued, but you can still find it out there. And it's not even for a steep price. The price when it came out and the price when I bought this perfume is still very much the same. So while this is still available, get it while you can because this is such a gem. Now after daytime, what comes next is a good time during nighttime. This next category is for night out, and this doesn't include date nights because what I thought for this category are those situations where you would be probably having dinner with your family, probably going to the movies, having drinks at the bar with your friends, or even clubbing. And for this category, I chose a perfume from Kilian, and this is Angelshare. This perfume contains key notes of cognac, oak, cinnamon, praline, and vanilla. This I think it's a perfect perfume for night outs. This is a very standout, very head-turning perfume. It's very sensual, it's very sexy. One of the best and smoothest boozy perfumes that I have ever smelled my entire life. The entire combination of the smell of the cognac, the oak wood to emulate the smell of an oak barrel, and this very sensual, sexy creaminess in the background from the vanilla. What I always say about this perfume is that this, I think, is one of the best creations in the history of perfumes. This is a very unique perfume and a very sexy one at that. This is definitely going to impress. This is definitely going to make a statement, and a very bold statement at that. It may not necessarily be the loudest in projection, but I think the tighter scent bubble that this one offers and its scent DNA in itself, I think what makes this perfume really sexy, because when people are going to lean in, I don't think they're going to step away from you because of how this smells so good. It's very addictive and definitely very seductive. And honestly, apart from all that description, just look at this bottle, look at this presentation. I think the presentation really speaks for itself. It's very unique. It looks like an Art Deco whiskey glass. This is something that you really need to have in your collection. This would really look good in your own drawer. And now we're going to date nights, and what better perfume to recommend than Geohome Intense. This perfume contains key notes of iris, musk, lavender, cedarwood, and vetiver. In my opinion, this perfume is the best iris perfume in the market today. Nothing just comes close to this perfume in terms of sexiness, in terms of boldness, in terms of giving you that confident factor. This perfume is just a league of its own. It's got the beautiful, almost slightly powdery iris at the top, and the combination of the musk and the woods in the background along with that creaminess from the iris is giving me that sort of leathery appeal that really honestly just adds to the sexiness of this perfume. This perfume, just like Angelshare, is just very seductive, very sexy, but in a very sensual and confident kind of way. This perfume is a legend, and I think this is something that you should really invest your money on. And for the last category is the all-rounder perfume. This is a perfume that you would reach for when you don't know what to wear or you want to change things up a little bit. This is a perfume that just works from any season of the year or any situation. This perfume, you could probably see it as the Swiss Army knife perfume, a perfume that just works. That if you were to wear one perfume for the rest of the year, this would be this choice. For this category, I chose a perfume from Nishane, and this is Hachivat. This perfume contains key notes of pineapple, grapefruit, oak moss, patchouli, and woods. Now, it's definitely so hard to talk about this perfume without mentioning Creed's Aventus, because this, I think, is very close to that perfume. And honestly, when I was trying to come up with a perfume to put into this category, the first perfume that came to my mind was Creed's Aventus. But honestly, when it comes to performance, when it comes to overall value for money, this beats out Creed's Aventus. And this also comes in Extrait de Parfum concentration, so you are definitely getting more than your money's worth with this perfume. On the get-go, yes, this perfume smells very similar to Aventus, but definitely this perfume has its own personality. It's a lot less fruitier, and definitely it's a lot more woodier in the base. This perfume honestly smells like a modern gentleman. It's very fresh, it's very playful, it's very youthful, it's very vibrant, but definitely it's not losing that seriousness. And definitely, just like Creed Aventus, this smells like a very classy gentleman. And honestly, if you don't want to buy all these other perfumes in this list, if you don't want to spend your money on 7 perfumes, you can just get one and choose this perfume. This honestly will get you covered. And that's the end of our list for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like in this video. It would definitely go a long way. I hope, as always, wherever you are, you're staying safe, stay curious, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!